little bit of Loretta Lynn's coal miner's daughter here. And I got a story to tell you about Loretta Lynn, and my extended family knew each other, eh? And okay, it sort of starts with my grandpa, Milo Green. He was born in Ohio, homesteaded up here in Saskatchewan, and retired out around New Westminster, BC, right? And he had two cousins. They were bachelors just south in the state of Washington, and they had a dairy farm down there. And their name was Bob and Clyde Green. And the way it relates to the coal miner's daughter is this is the farm that Loretta and her husband Mooney worked on for about 8 years. They lived in Washington before she became famous, eh? And my uncle Everett Green, he lived up around the Haney area. He had a neat old house back in the woods there before it became populated, and on about 10 acres. And him and his wife Adeline moved from Saskatchewan, lived out there for many years, eh? And of course they knew Bob and Clyde Green. I guess that was his uncles maybe. And they'd go down and visit and got to know Loretta before she got famous. And one time when Loretta was up visiting my uncle Everett Green in BC, my brother Milo Card, which is about 12 years older than me, he's now lives in Costa Rica. He's in his 80s now, but he was just a teenager back then. He drove out from Saskatoon out to BC to visit Uncle Everett, and he got to play some guitar and sing with Loretta Lynn and probably listen to her songs before they become famous, eh? And I always wished I would have been older, of course, and would have been in my brother's position, but it wasn't a big deal back then to him because it was just, a get together, and she wasn't anybody special then, eh? But later on, when she became famous, she ended up coming back and singing at the funeral of, I don't know which it was, either Bob or Clyde Green, the fellas that she worked for many years, just from the bottom of her heart. And my Aunt Adeline Green, I have a picture of her, they're got their arms around each other at the funeral, and they knew each other quite well, I guess. But of course she became famous and moved on after she left Washington. But that's always a little story I remember my brother telling me about the coal miner's daughter, eh? Before she got so famous. And just thought you'd get a kick out of that one.